My roommate kept borrowing my insulin, so I made sure she learned what diabetes really costs. My roommate Claudia discovered I was diabetic during my second week of college and immediately decided my medical supplies were community property. It started small, borrowing my glucose tablets when she felt shaky after partying, claiming they were just like candy. Then she began taking my insulin pens for her imaginary pre-diabetic condition that required injections before big meals. When I explained that insulin could literally kill a non-diabetic, she laughed it off. Don't be so dramatic. A little insulin never hurt anyone. By month 3, she was stealing my supplies regularly, forcing me to ration life-saving medication while she played doctor with substances she didn't understand. I started hiding my supplies, but coolly treated it like a treasure hunt. She'd raid my room when I was in class, taking just enough that I wouldn't immediately notice but would run short by the end of the month. The breaking point came when I found her injecting my insulin at a party, telling people she was bull-hacking her metabolism for weight loss. I was standing there watching someone inject my life-saving medication for cosmetic purposes, while I calculated whether I had enough left to survive until my next prescription refill. That night she came home drunk and demanded I give her just one more pen because she'd promised to share with friends who wanted to try the insulin diet. When I refused, she got angry. "You are so selfish. You get this stuff for free with student insurance. I have to pay out of pocket for my health journey." Free? She thought my insulin was free. That's when I realized Pooley had never seen the real cost of diabetes, just the supplies that appeared in our shared fridge, so I decided to give her a comprehensive education. First, I calculated exactly how much insulin she'd stolen over 4 months. At $300 per pen, she'd taken roughly $2,400 worth of medication. Then I researched what insulin does to non-diabetics. Hypoglycemic coma, brain damage, potential death. The same medication keeping me alive could kill her if she took too much. But instead of confronting her directly, I set up a lesson she'd never forget. I contacted our resident advisor in campus health services, explaining the situation with documentation of my missing supplies and photos of Cooley's insulin parties from social media. Then I called her parents. "I wanted to let you know Cooley has been stealing my diabetes medication and injecting it for weight loss. I thought you should know about the potential medical emergency." Her mother was horrified. Fortunately, Cooley's grandmother had died from diabetes complications and the family was very aware of how serious the condition was. Meanwhile, I filed a report with campus police for theft of prescription medication, minus a felony that could result in expulsion and criminal charges. The next morning, Cooley woke up to find her parents in our dorm room with the resident advisor and a campus health officer. "We need to discuss your daughter's theft of prescription medication," the officer explained while Cooley's mother cried. "Show them your insulin stash, Cooley," I said calmly. She tried to deny everything until they found 12 stolen insulin pens hidden in her closet, along with a notebook where she'd been tracking her insulin experiments with detailed injection schedules. The campus health officer explained exactly what insulin does to non-diabetics, while Cooley's face went white with realization. "You could have died or killed someone else," he said. "This medication can cause coma or death in people who don't need it." Her parents immediately drove her to the emergency room for blood work to check for organ damage from months of unnecessary insulin injections while she was getting medical tests. Campus police filed charges for prescription drug theft and endangerment of others. Chloe was expelled within a week and had to move back home with her parents, who now monitored her every movement after learning their daughter had been risking her life for weight loss. The felony charges meant she lost her scholarship to transfer schools and had to explain her criminal record to potential employers. But the best part was her medical bills. Between the emergency room visit, specialist consultations, and ongoing monitoring for insulin-related organ damage, her family paid over $15,000 in medical costs. "Now you know what diabetes actually costs," I told her when she called begging me to drop the charges. "The difference is, I didn't choose this disease. You chose to steal my medication. I got a new roommate who respects medical boundaries and my insulin stays exactly where I put it." Sometimes the best way to teach someone about a medical condition is to let them experience the